What we're looking to create in the Western Cape is an ideological homeland for people who think like us, people who have broadly Western values, who want to live in the first world, and want to and I've often used the example, the Western Cape becomes almost like Israel for the Jews, if I can use.
Wow, this is what the so-called Afrikaners in South Africa are planning. And what are we, the children of South Africa, the indigenous people of South Africa, the so-called black people in South Africa, what are we doing about it? Do we really see this kind of videos at all? When we are there saying, Chidinma, whoever, we hate foreigners, I hate foreigners.
The truth?
To tell you the truth,
To tell the truth?
I hate foreigners. I hate foreigners.
When we are there hating foreigners, and when we talk about foreigners, we are talking about people who look like us. When we are there hating foreigners, what do we think about this? Do we really say this? I want us to go and watch the full video, come back and analyze it, because this is disturbing. I'm sure you might have seen it before, but I want us to talk a little bit about it. They want to create their own Israel in Africa, in South Africa. What are we doing about it? Let's go watch it, come back and analyze it. But before we do that, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, One Africa Mission, the number One Africa Mission. Follow us on Facebook, One Africa Mission, on TikTok, One Africa Mission. We are on a mission, and our mission is all about the unity of the African continent and the dignity of our race. If you appreciate what we are doing, if you want to see a better Africa, let us all join hands together to bring that better Africa, not just for us, but for the next generation of Africans. Support our mission as we embark on this evangelism of preaching the unity of Africa to the citizens of this great continent of ours. I thank you very much for coming around. Let's watch the video, come back and analyze it.
What we're looking to create in the Western Cape is an ideological homeland for people who think like us, people who have broadly Western values, who want to live in the first world, and want to and I've often used the example, the Western Cape becomes almost like Israel for the Jews, if I can use that example. You don't have to go and live in Israel to benefit, if you're Jewish, to benefit from an Israeli state. You've got somebody who's your people, your ideological people, and they're going to have your best interests at heart. And I think it's the one place where in South Africa, current South Africa, we can create hard power. We can have a police force, we can have a military, we can have borders, and actually be in a situation to influence in a really significant way at a national level the circumstances in South Africa as what currently is. Obviously we want to break South Africa up, and I think that has huge benefit to people within the Afrikaans community who are vulnerable.
Yeah, so as you can see, according to this guy, they want to create a first world country within Africa, within South Africa. So is that not an insult to us? So in a nutshell, he's telling us that South Africa is a third world country and they are civilized people. So they cannot live among us as South Africans. You see, this is the kind of insults that the South African citizens should be focusing on their energy on, rather than saying we hate foreigners, we prefer a white person than black person from a different country or different part of Africa. We rather, like what he's saying, as we put all our energies on Nigerians, on Kenyans, on Somalians, on Ghanaians, can a Ghanaian come out? Can a Nigerian come out? Can somebody from another country in Africa come out and speak like this? Who'd give them the moral authority to come out and say they want to create their own? And what we are hearing is that they already have it. There is a place in South Africa that black people are not allowed to go. There is a city in South Africa that black people are not allowed to go. And yet, that is not our focus. We are not focusing on that. We are focusing on hating our own people. Like, what really is happening to us as children of Africa? The insult that they want to create a civilized country where people, why can't they go to Europe and just join the people that they claim that they are civilized? If they want a better continent, a better country where they can live like civilized people, why can't they just pack their bags and move? Or why can't we, Black South Africans, tell them to pack their bags and move to wherever they think is better for them? Because the reality is that it is not all white South Africans who are like this guy. The stupid mindset that they have, it is not all white South Africans. So we are not generalizing all white South Africans, because there are decent, very decent white South Africans who see Africa, who see integration, who see themselves not to be superior to anybody in South Africa, whether you're based on your color. They don't see it. But some of these people who think that because of the pale skin that they have, because this is not a white skin, the pale skin that they have, they are so superior that they cannot live with melanated people. And for that matter, they have to create their own country within South Africa, a country like Israel. Imagine if Africa, we have something like Israel in Africa. What is Africa doing about it? What is SADC doing about this? What is the African Union saying about this? We are quiet. We always sit down, watch, like speaking hate towards another Africans. But what these so-called white South Africans, who are not white to begin with, what they are doing, that one is not our concern. Can you imagine in America, Black Americans, African Americans had their own city. They didn't intentionally plan it. It just developed naturally. Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, we built our own city. And afterward, look at what they did to us. They came in, bombard the entire city, bring it down to the ground. Why? Because they could see the jealousy. They could see decent Africans living in that city. Go and study and read about Tulsa, Oklahoma. The riots. They just manipulate. They just came out with a reason, because they could see that this was a prosperous community, and it was mostly black community. They came out and destroyed it. We never have this kind of mindset. We never have this kind of plan of destruction. All that we are saying is that we are all South Africans, whether your color, whatever color that you have, we are all South Africans. Let us build together. But look at the kind of mindset these people have. And yet, it is not a problem for Black South Africans. All that Black South Africans are doing is focusing on other Africans. We keep blaming Nigerians, Ghanaians, Kenyans, Somalians, whoever is in Congolese, whoever is in South Africa. We keep putting blame on them. They are the reason why we are like this, we are like that. Kind of Nigerian, no matter how we claim that Nigerians, the other day I saw a video, South African is talking about how South Africans are renting houses from Nigeria.
There's a Nigerian based in Cape Town. He owns 800 RDP houses. Our people are paying rent to him. Now, you must tell me, what type of government do we have? There's others here. When I campaign, when you go to Terfontein, our people are renting houses from Nigerians. What type of government do we have? But clearly,
Nigerians, what is wrong with that? At least the Nigerian never say he want to create a city out of, or a country out of South Africa. Nigerians cannot do this. Nigerians cannot claim that they want to create a country out of South Africa. But look at what an insult that this man is insulting the people of South Africa. And yet, that is not a problem for the people of South Africa. South Africans, you need to work the hell out. Honestly speaking, somebody need to tell you the hard truth. And the hard reality is that this city, because what we heard is that there is another one called Oromia or whatever, where black people are not even allowed to go closer to it. Can you imagine the insult? Imagine black people in Europe decide to create their own city. While the citizens of Europe, the so-called white man in Europe, will not be allowed to go to that. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Like that city will be brought down one day. you go to England, to Germany, as black community, and you said you want to create your own city where the white people in Germany, the white people in Italy, the white people in England will not, the white people in Spain are not allowed to come into that city or that. Can you imagine? Just think of it. So how did they see you as South Africans? They see you to be nothing, to be inferior, so they can create a town, a city or a country out of your country, and you are not allowed to come there. That is not a problem to South Africans. South Africans need to wake up, to be honest. This is so disheartening. This is so insulting. I thank you very much for coming on. Please, if you appreciate what we are doing, subscribe to our YouTube channel, One Africa Mission, the number One Africa Mission. Also on Facebook, share videos, pass your comments. Your comments are really helping us as we embark on this journey of a united, dignified Africa. Thank you very much for coming around.